everybody. Today I'm going to talk to you about horse hoof care and just making sure that you are trimming their hooves and putting shoes on them properly. So it's important to take care of your horse's hooves just because they are critical components to like a routine that you should have consistently with them. This includes trimming, cleaning, corrections of minor imperfections, and treatment of foot diseases and injuries. And when you trim their hooves, it prevents from them becoming overgrown and creating weakness, unevenness, or allowing them to split, crack, or chip, or break off in large pieces. When this happens, it may cause lameness, poor balance, a decrease in animal's stride, so it's just not smooth and they don't have an even gait. And it could cause discomfort for your horse and affect their performance and cause damage to their hoof structure. So who does the job for your horses? Who trims their feet and does the shoeing? These people are called farriers, and they have a certain set of tools that they use. So they have a hoof tester right here. So this is testing the integrity of the hoof and where the different parts of the hoofs are. They have raspers here, and so they have different types of raspers for where they are working on the hoof and the angles that they're using. But this is kind of like a nail file. So they're filing down and working on the angles and the integrity of the hoof. They have knives right here, nippers, and then if they are putting on shoes, they have shoe pullers and nails and hammers. And of course they have like an anvil stand and a hoof stand so that they can put the hoof up on the stand to work on it. And usually they have a bag or a toolbox that comes with it so that they can keep everything organized and together. So you should get your horse's feet trimmed or shoed every 6 to 12 weeks. And what they do and why it's important is because right here on the sole of your horse's hoof, this is where the primary weight-bearing load is carried. So this is called the sole right here, and then right here is called a white line, and then the outside, the outside wall of your hoof, and so that's where they mainly take off. As you stated, about half the work is done here on the bottom of the horse's foot, and the other half is done on top, just filing down and creating that integrity on top. So the sole also functions as a protection barrier for the coffin bone, which is underneath here, but weight bearing is the major role for that. And then I have a video. Sorry about it. So he is shoeing the horse's feet right now. Right now he's cleaning it off, getting ready to shoe it. And he's talking about the different areas. So right now he's using his knife to take off some of the frog.
So that talking is those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's explaining what he's doing right now. So when he's shoeing the horse, or when he's trimming the feet, it's really important to make sure that like he doesn't over trim or cause issues, just because that can leave an open wound for an abscess. Right now he's using his knife to kind of exfoliate and take off the extra area there on the sole to clean it up and to create a flat surface for it there. So right now he's using the nippers to take off the overhang.
So they usually don't clean the hoof first?
Well, they do for the most part, but as they trim it and everything, it'll clean off. And so, and before they put on the shoe, they'll clean it off again. So it's more of like a continual process of how he's doing it. So this is the rasper that he's using to file down the hoof, just to smooth everything out. And you can see just all the. Also, if you have a dog in the area, the dogs love to like grab the hooves and nibble
They
on
love
the
to
cheese.
chew on it,
Yeah,
yes.
it's kind of like a bone for them. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that aspect of what it actually looks like to have someone like shoeing your horse. So if you don't shoe your horse, you can have poor hoof integrity like this, where it chips away at the end, where you can have it overhanging. So this shows you where the hoof should ground off and where the angle should be. And then if you don't, an extreme case here is that you'll get an abscess under the hoof. And so that's if you have a cut that gets infected, or it can boil up and then pop. But it's very painful and harmful for your horse. And so it's just best to have your farrier come in every 6 to 12 weeks and get those done. And these are my sources.
Okay, let's give her a round of applause.
I have the first question.
Okay,
How much does this cost per horse about? Give me a range.
absolutely. So if you put shoes on your horse, it'll be about $130, but without the shoes, it'll be much cheaper. So it'll be around $50.
$50.
Mhm.
So now,
But
six,
you can also learn how to do it yourself. If you have a bunch of horses and it'd be more cost effective, you can go through training so that you can farrier your own horses.
if you had a bunch of them, I could see where you could do it yourself.
Mhm.
So, questions, comments, experiences with this? Anybody? Here we go, there's one over there.
Okay.
I know when we go trail riding, just the majority of the time, we just put shoes on the front feet
Mhm.
because it seems like our back feet don't wear as much as the front
Mhm.
feet.
Yeah.
And what's the weight distribution? Front legs bear what percent of the horse's
60.
weight? 60.
Mhm.
That might be a little bit right there, right? 60% of the weight is more on the front.
Mhm.
Okay. Anybody else? Comments, questions? And there's all kinds of different horseshoes, aren't there, depending on what the horse does and so forth and so on?
Mhm.
Can you give me an example of?
Absolutely. So if you ride like a trail horse, you can have like a thicker like shoe underneath. Or if you ride reining, they have like sliding shoes. So they come off the hoof maybe like an inch or so, and they're very like flat and slick. So like if your horse has like sliding shoes, you shouldn't be out on the trails because they could pull a shoe very easily. But it just creates like a nice sliding texture. So when they go for like a sliding stop, they have like the support there on their hooves, but then also it creates a gliding effect.
Okay.
Mhm.
There's
With our race horses, we do like weighted,
Mhm.
weighted shoes on different feet, depending upon if they need to carry their
Mhm.
weight a little differently,
Yeah.
and also like different angles to adjust like
Mhm.
how they're coming down onto their feet.
So it's quite an art to know which shoes to
Mhm.
use,
A lot of
right?
trial and error in some cases.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's another comment.
Mhm.
Question.
Yeah, for draft horses, we use Scotch bottoms, so
Mhm.
they're actually a square shaped shoe,
Mhm.
and you let the horse grow into that
Yeah.
square shape.
Mhm.
Wow. And draft horses are something else, those big guys, 2,000 pounds. I saw one this summer, 2,400 pounds. And his head would almost hit the ceiling, the part where I'm at. Just incredible. It's like, it was beautiful. Okay, thank you. That's great.
Take your,
Thank
make
you
sure you
so
get your
much.
flash
Yeah.
drive. Katie,